Hello students, this is your English teacher Mrs. Haimavati from LPSAVANI VIDHYABHAVAN. Students, today we will continue with the lesson Bringing Up Kari. In the last class, we read how Kari saved the life of a boy who was drowning in the river. So today we will come to know about what Kari likes, how he behaves, and about the master call. Kari was like a baby. He had to be trained to be good, and if you did not tell him when he was naughty, he was up to more mischief than ever. So here author wants to say that it was necessary, Kari was like a baby. It was necessary to train Kari with good manners, otherwise he would become more naughty. For instance, one day somebody gave him some bananas to eat. Very soon he developed a great love for ripe bananas. We used to keep large plates of fruit on a table near a window in the dining room. One day all the bananas on that table disappeared, and my family blamed the servants for eating all the fruit in the house. A few days later the fruits disappeared again. This time the blame was put on me, and I knew I had not done it. It made me very angry with my parents and the servants, for I was sure they had taken all the fruit. The next time the fruit disappeared, I found a banana all smashed up in Kari's pavilion. This surprised me very much, for I had never seen fruit there, and as you know, he had always lived on twigs. So one day somebody gave Kari some bananas to eat. Very soon he developed a great love for ripe bananas. One day a large plate of fruits was kept on the table near a window. Suddenly all the bananas disappeared. So the author's family members blamed the servant for eating all the fruits. After few days, same thing happened again. The fruits disappeared and the author was blamed for it. He knew that he had not done it, so the author was very angry. The next day also the fruit disappeared, but the author had seen a banana smashed up in Kari's pavilion, like where Kari lived. Okay. This surprised the author because he had never seen any fruit there, and he knew that Kari liked twigs. Next day, while I was sitting in the dining room, wondering whether I should take some fruit from the table, without my parents' permission, a long black thing, very much like a snake, suddenly came through the window and disappeared with all the bananas. I was very much frightened because I had never seen snakes eat bananas, and I thought it must be a terrible snake that would sneak in and take fruit. I crept out of the room and with great fear in my heart ran out of the house, feeling sure that the snake would come back into the house, eat all the fruit and kill all of us. So here the next day, when the author was sitting in the dining room wondering, he saw a long black thing which looked like a snake suddenly came through the window and disappeared with all the bananas. So the author got frightened because he had never seen snakes eating bananas. He thought it must be a terrible snake. So he moved out of the house feeling that the snake would come back into the house, eat all the fruits and kill everyone. So what the author did? As I went out, I saw Kari's back disappearing in the direction of the pavilion, and I was so frightened that I wanted his company to cheer me up. I ran after him into the pavilion and I found him there eating bananas. I stood still in astonishment. The bananas were lying strewn all around him. He stretched out his trunk and reached for one far away from where he was standing. So, what happened? Due to the fear of the snake, the author went out. He saw Kari's back which was going towards the pavilion. The author ran after him into the pavilion and found that Kari was eating bananas. So, author was surprised looking at Kari. The bananas were lying strewn. Strewn means untidily scattered all around him. Now the author could realize that Kari was the thief. That instant, the trunk looked like a black snake, and I realized that Kari was the thief. I went to him, pulled him out of the ear, and joyously showed my parents that it was Kari and not I that had eaten all the fruit these many weeks. Then I scolded him for elephants understand words as well as children, and I said to him, next time I see you stealing fruit, you will be whipped. He knew that we were all angry with him, even the servants. His pride was so injured that he never stole another thing from the dining room. And from then on, if anybody gave him any fruit, he always squealed as if to thank them. So what happened? When he realized that Kari was the thief, he pulled him out by the ear and joyfully showed to his parents that it was Kari who was stealing the bananas. When Kari was scolded, he understood like a baby, and after that, if anybody gave him any fruit, he always squealed as if to thank them. An elephant is willing to be punished for having done wrong, but if you punish him without any reason, he will remember it and pay you back in your own coin. So here author wants to say that if an elephant is punished for doing any mistake, then it's okay. But if the elephant has not done any mistake and is punished, then he will treat with others in the same bad way. An elephant must be taught when to sit down, when to walk, when to go fast, and when to go slow. You teach him these things as you teach a child. If you say dhat and pull him by the ear, he will gradually learn to sit down. Similarly, if you say mali and put his trunk forward, he will gradually learn that it is the signal to walk. So, like babies, Kari was a quick learner. So, the author decided to teach him how to walk and how to sit down. So, by giving two instructions like dhat and mali. Dhat means to sit down and mali means to walk. These were the two words taught by the author to Kari. Kari learned mali after 3 lessons, but it took him 3 weeks to learn dhat. He was no good at sitting down. And do you know why an elephant should be taught to sit down? Because he grows taller and taller than you who care of him, so that when he is 2 or 3 years old, you can only reach his back with a ladder. It is therefore better to teach him to sit down by saying dhat, so that you can climb upon his back, for who would want to carry a ladder around all the time? So Kari learned the meaning of mali after 3 lessons, but it took him 3 weeks to learn the meaning of the word dhat. Here author explains that why is it necessary to teach an elephant to sit down. This is because when an elephant grows taller and taller, then the one who takes care of him, it becomes difficult for him to reach his back. One needs a ladder to reach its back. So the author says it is better to teach him to sit down by saying dhat instead of using the ladder. The most difficult thing to teach an elephant is the master call. He generally takes 5 years to learn it properly. The master call is a strange hissing howling sound, as if a snake and a tiger was frightening each other, and you have to make that kind of noise in his ear. And do you know what you expect an elephant to do when you give him the master call? If you are lost in jungle and there is no way out and everything is black except the stars above, you dare not stay very long anywhere. The only thing to do then is to give the master call, and at once the elephant pulls down the tree in front of him with his trunk. This frightens all the animals away. As the tree comes crashing down, monkeys wake from their sleep and run from branch to branch. You can see them in the moonlight, and you can almost see the stags running in all directions below. You can hear the growl of the tiger in the distance. Even he is frightened. Then the elephant pulls down the next tree and the next and the next. Soon you will find that he has made a road right through the jungle straight to your house. Now the author talks about the master call. The most difficult thing to teach an elephant is the master call. Master call means the call of a master. An elephant generally takes 5 years to learn it. Yet it is most important signal for him to learn because it helps him to save his master's life. The master call is a strange hissing, howling sound. So if you are lost in the jungle and there is no way out, the only thing to do then is to give a master call, and at once the trained elephant understands it. It will pull down the trees in front of him with his trunk. This frightens all the animals away. Even the tiger is frightened. So the elephant goes on pulling down trees one after another. Thus, a path is made out of the forest. So this was all about the master call. So I hope you all have understood the chapter. So with this, I would like to end the session. Bye bye.